Hello there, thanks for joining us here on Ideal World. As you watch that little video clip as we're opening, can you dream about being on a holiday? Can you dream about travelling the world on a cruise ship, having a great, great life? Well, you can do it, and today we've got cruises from as little as £499 that will give you the opportunity to do just that. Now, we bring this show to you in a company with Planet Cruise. I'm very glad to tell you I've got lots and lots of experience with cruise myself because I worked on there for many years. But our expert today is Keith Maynard, and Keith was cruise director aboard the Queen Mary 2.
Yeah, I was. That was my last ship, Paul. Ship we both shared, I know. Yeah. But 12 years in the industry working as cruise director. So, like yourself, first-hand knowledge, been to these places, can talk to you about the cruise industry with passion and love. Yeah. I love cruising.
Oh, I would go back in a heartbeat, but I think my wife and kids would be a little bit upset. But, unless, of course, I took them with me.
Exactly.
Now, I think before we get going, we should talk about Planet Cruise themselves. Why has the brand become so popular?
Well, over 10 years taking people around the world. We're now the UK's largest independent cruise operator. We're the top seller and for many of the brands that we sell, but we're independent, so we give you independent advice. 96% feedback rating for the customer service that we give you, multi-award winning, and just like myself, all the people that work for us either have a background working on the ships or actually cruise regularly, so it's first-hand advice, and we're ABTA and ABTOL bonded, so your money is safe when you book with us. But beyond that, we love to give you wonderful bespoke cruise holidays, and we can make it bespoke. We can take you anywhere, so it's not just the shows and the cruises you see on today's show.
Yeah, I think that's really important to bear in mind as you're hearing the information throughout the show, thinking, oh, that sounds like a nice cruise. Maybe it's the perfect cruise for you, or maybe you're thinking, oh, I'd like a few days before, oh, I'd like a few days afterwards in that port of call. Then talk to the team. The best advice I can give you is if something tickles your fancy, you go, I like the idea of that, call the number you see at the bottom of the screen, or just go to the website. Each of the cruises will have an ID number. You might want to write those down, because whether you go to the website or call, by using that ID number, it will take you directly to that particular cruise. But of course, it can be tailor-made, it can be spoke to your needs. Now, before we move on, we're going to talk to Chris, who's also from Planet Cruise. He's in the call centre. Chris, can you hear me now?
Yes, can you hear me?
Great, so yeah, I can hear you. I believe you've got something hot off the press for us.
Yep, this one's just come in for us. It is the Thompson Majesty on the 17th of April. So coming up pretty soon. If you're looking for a last-minute getaway, this will be a good one for you.
Nice. Yeah.
It's a 14-night sailing, so it's a nice amount of time to be away. Departing from Tenerife and going all the way through the Med, and I'm telling you, this stops absolutely everywhere on the way, finishing in Corfu. So you can imagine that route. It follows the coastline all the way around France, Italy, Spain, and into the Greek islands. Absolutely gorgeous.
And if somebody wants to call you today, what time are you open till?
We're open till 8 o'clock today, all the way through. Our call operators are here to take your calls.
How much is that, Chris?
Yeah, I was going to say, this one is, first of all, we're giving you a free inside to outside upgrade.
Nice.
So you pay the price of an inside, get an outside room with a nice window. The price for 14 nights is only $579.
For 14 nights?
Yeah, 14 nights, $579. That's flights from London, Gatwick, Luton or Bristol, transfers, and then you get a window room with that as well, full board.
That's incredible. That's amazing. And I mean, we've got a lot of fans of Thompson, you know, that watch the show. They're going to be snapping up at that.
This one is going to be super popular.
I always think of Thompson as being home from home, because you've got that the whole British feeling going on.
Well, I worked for them for 6 years as a cruise director.
Well, you know them.
Fantastic brand, brilliant deal.
Hey, Chris, thanks for calling in. Appreciate your time.
Pleasure.
Glad to hear that hot off the press news.
Yeah,
and,
brilliant, eh?
Let's hope you get lots of calls before 8 o'clock this evening.
Thanks, cheers guys.
Take it easy, bye-bye. Well, we're going to get to another great British line. This is P&O. So let's take an opportunity actually to see the line, and we're going to learn a little information. In fact, we'll get Keith to share with us a lot of information about this particular company. So this is P&O, great British line. The ship itself is the Azura.
That's right, nearly 177 years of taking people around the world in style, and it's a classic British cruise experience where you're going to have award-winning food. P&O have their food heroes, people like Atul Kochhar, and people like Marco Pierre White, who are involved in the dining experience on board. In fact, even when you go through now to the gala dinners, Marco Pierre White has put his own personal touch. But there's loads of different dining experiences like Sindhu and various other places you can go and enjoy. Now, of course, with every P&O cruise, it's all about relaxing and entertainment. Remember, all your food, all your entertainment is included. They have a lot of fantastic dance venues, great chances to go out on deck and have a swim and relax in the sun. Maybe go through to the Oasis Spa, where you can get a host of different treatments. You name it, they do it. Manicures, pedicures, beautiful massages, Swedish or sports, you know, those kind of hot aromatherapy treatments. It's all about relaxing It's all about a laid-back experience with great customer service. And this particular ship you can see here has the sea screen. It was launched by Darcy Bussell in 2010.
Yeah.
So you can sit out there and watch shows. You can go down to the theatre and see singing and dancing, British comedians entertaining you. And of course, they also have celebrity sailings where you get a chance to rub shoulders with people like Catherine Jenkins. Plus, they do a lot of cruises in conjunction with the BBC. They're Strictly cruises as well, which is fantastic. So you might bump into someone like Len Goodman.
Nice.
You see, Rob Brydon, of course, has been doing a lot of their advertising on TV recently. They've got a lot of big names in the UK now attached to that brand, and that iconic yellow funnel, which is now turned into this beautiful Union Jack on the bow, which all the ships have, is stunning.
So, if you like the idea of Pinot, I'm sure it's a name that you've certainly heard of. Let's talk about the itinerary, because 18 years of cruising, Fjords is one of my favourites.
Yeah, well, nothing we show you, I always say this, can prepare you for actually seeing it in real life. I'm about to head out there in May. I can't wait to go back there again. You've got that wonderful day at sea where you're going to really enjoy the Azura and all she has to offer, and there's so much to do and see before you arrive in Bergen. This is your first glimpse of a beautiful old Hanseatic wharf with narrow-peaked tall buildings in various colours of ancient wood construction. You can hike up to Mount Floyen, which you can just see in the distance. This is the view here from the aerial view from Mount Floyen. You take the funicular up and then you can hike back down, breathing in that fresh air and the beautiful views that surround you. Of course, they've got a massive fish market in Bergen, which is one of the biggest in the world, one of the greatest places to go and get some fresh seafood. That's the Hanseatic Wharf, which I talked about, which is charming and really atmospheric and beautiful. Or if you want to head out to go and see the birthplace of Edvard Grieg, beautifully set on Lake Nord. That's one of the beauty spots of Norway. Then you're heading from here through to Geiranger. This is probably the most stunning. It's one of the only two UNESCO protected fjords in the world, in the whole of Norway. You're going to see a majority. Look, that's a ship down there. Just look how small it is compared to the size of what's around you. It's like a toy ship in a bath, isn't it? And you've got these wonderful Seven Sisters waterfall and then the Suta waterfall just opposite. You can almost reach out and touch and feel the splash of the water as it tumbles down into these Azura fjords. You won't want to do anything other than sit on deck with a cup of hot chocolate or a cocktail and take in the views. If you do want to go and get involved, head up Mount Buffet for beautiful views nearly 5,000 foot up, or go round to the Eagles Road Bend with extraordinary views like this over the whole of Geiranger Fjord. Then next, you're still going to have your breath lost and still be struggling to capture it again as you sail all the time, seeing amazing scenery through to Flam. Flam means the little place between steep mountains. It's deep into the Fjord, which is the world's longest and deepest fjord. Again, towering cliff faces. Just look at that. You could just see the little ship again right in the corner, coming round the bend there. It's so big, it's so massive, it's just incredible. Now, here you can adventure into the White Caves of Gudvangen. You can ride one of the world's steepest railways through cliff-edge tunnels right up to the top. And again, you can go and see the goats in Undredale and see how they make the beautiful Norwegian goat's cheese. Then from here, from Flom, you can head out and go to Stavanger. It's a sophisticated little city. It's your best place to go and get your Norwegian woolly jumpers and maybe your little Norwegian trolls, to wander through the old town, which is wooden houses where you'll see artists hard at work painting away. It's got excellent museums such as the Norwegian Canning Museum and the Petroleum Museum, which are stunning and really interesting. It's got the oldest cathedral, this is it, Bedormskirk as they call it, in Stavanger, and also a chance to head out to some amazing sights. You can sail down the fjord to these two. First of all, that's Pulpit Rock. Wow. We're taking my dad there in May. It's incredible. He's a vicar. He'll really appreciate it. You can stand on the top like that. And the next we see the Troll's Tongue. Yeah. Both of them iconic views and images of Norway, and both you can do from Stavanger. Yeah. An incredible itinerary.
You don't have to sit on the edge if you don't want to.
You don't, no, you really don't. But if you do, my word, you'll never forget it. You really won't. But take a spare pair of underpants.
And of course we get a day at sea before we arrive in Southampton. Bear in mind, this cruise is Southampton to Southampton, which is kind of nice. If you enjoy dressing up and you want to take loads of clothes, you haven't got to worry about excess luggage.
Absolutely.
This is a bestseller. It has been on before, and it has certainly been a bestseller. And of course you can get this for a deposit only on selected departures. Think about it, £72 per person per night. What a brilliant opportunity. So from £499 per person, if you wanted to, you can add a night at the Meon Valley in Southampton. That means you can get there the night before, chill out and relax, and that price also includes, for £75 per person, it includes all your parking and port transfers. So, you know, that's going to save you money in itself. A family of four, bear this in mind, if you were to go, a family of four, for 1,529 quid. How amazing is that? And that's based on the 4th of July departure. As I say, £150 off the brochure price. It really is great, and that's deposit only on some of the selected departures. Let's just show you some more of the dates that are available to you.
That family of 4 price as well, you know, in July it's going to be so lovely and warm out there. So it's a great family holiday for, you know, for all of you, just to go and top up your tan as well, Paul. I know you were saying we've both been sunburnt out in Norway.
Yeah.
And not encouraging people to get sunburnt, but that's how hot it can get.
Well, I think some people think, it's just snowy peaks, it's going to be freezing cold. No, 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 no. You can sunbathe out there. It is in summer. It's absolutely. I said it's one of my favourite cruises, and I was at sea for 18 years.